it's got a similar feeling to when we were about to win the league. So against Charlton. So probably the week leading into that, there was an anticipation, there was a certain amount of nerves, there was an excitement. It's kind of a bit of all of those things mixed in. And I think what I can feel myself and what I can hear with the group is very similar to that. But it's something that if you really care about it, what you're doing, you get these feelings. For me, it's a really good one. I enjoy it right now. When it gets closer to the game, it does bubble a bit differently. But yeah, I think right now that the squad's in a good place. We've had a good session today, and we're very, very much ready.
Playing at Ashton Gate, that last game of the season, I mean, that was wonderful, right? But does that 4-0 scoreline give you confidence going into the season?
What's really strange is looking back at that game, I don't remember a lot about it. So that whole day is a bit of a blur. But what it definitely did for the group was allow them to have a really huge moment at Ashton Gate in all circumstances. You know, we were well prepped. We flew out the traps. Our game plan worked. They scored goals. They kept a clean sheet, and they just grew. And then they got to have that huge celebration with all of those fans. So every single part of it that day was amazing. So it's very rare in football or in sport. You get everything right on one day, or everything is something you'll look back up on one day and go, that was really good. So I think everybody's got a good feeling because that's the last time we were there, and that's the last time we were played. So yeah, for me, it's a football pitch, and for some people, it's a football pitch, but everybody ticks in different ways.
I am the season ticket holder at Bristol City along with my daughter. We've been for a couple of seasons, and she has this thing. One of the things she says when we're playing against a team and a player's doing particularly well, she turns to me, she says, Lauren needs to get on the phone. And I think the first time that happened was with Jamie Lee Napier. Can you tell me what you saw in Jamie Lee Napier?
Yeah, Jamie was always kind of a focal point when we played against London City. Her and Amy, to be fair, because they were so strong, you know, and Jamie's pace. She scored against us definitely down there where she's kind of cut inside, and you know her whip to the back post, and you know there's those things in terms of a footballer, what she can do on the pitch, but her attitude, you know, the kind of never give up rattiness of Jamie Lee Napier. I thought I'd rather have her on my team than play against me.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. There's something just as a fan that I just like to say, which is I've got this lovely dream of Jamie Lee Napier on the left, Fionn Morgan on the right, and maybe Shania down the middle. Might I see that at some point?
I hope so. Yeah, that sounds quite quick.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I ask about the process of Brooke Aspin's transfer? Because how does that sort of work?
It's a different one with Brooke because of her age, and she wasn't under contract with us because of that. So normally, if we had her on a contract, there would be conversations between the two clubs. This one in particular was, you know, Chelsea have been interested in Brooke for a number of years, and that's very much been on our radar, her radar. Luckily, she had the opportunity to join them when she was 16, and she chose to stay with us. So that was something that was kind of knowing how they work and what they wanted, that she was always on their radar. So it was always our job to make sure that she develops, and if her ceiling is way beyond us really, really early, then she needs to go and do the right thing for her. Yeah, there was conversations between the clubs, between the agent and the player, and ultimately it comes down to the decision. But what was great for us is that Brooke made it clear to Chelsea that if she was to be a loanee, it was only going to be at Bristol City.
Fair enough. That's good. There was a moment early on 2 seasons ago where I just saw the team start to pass through the team really with their heads up, and there was a pace about it, and it just looked then like you'd got your stamp on the team. Does that change now?
No, I don't think so. I hope not. I don't really know how to do it any other way. And I don't want to find another way just yet either. We've built this squad, and I don't know, it's not a philosophy, is it? But it's our feeling on a way of playing, on a group of people and their skill set. I believe we've still got that skill set. So we need to use it, unlock it however we need to. If we wanted to go and do something completely different, I'd probably need a whole group of players that were different. But it's very much, for me, it's been a growth. The team has grown every year. We've developed it to ultimately play how we like to play and enjoy it. For me, it's about making sure that I enjoy it, my staff too, the players on the pitch, the players that are supporting the team and finishing the game, that everybody wants a part of it and enjoys it, because you get the best out of people then. Yeah, at this moment in time, I hope so.